LEGO isn't making Super Mario Bros. Movie sets, and I want to make a guess why that is. It's no secret that toy companies are preparing for the launch of Illumination's The Super Mario Bros. Movie, the debut of Nintendo's iconic plumber and his usual supporting cast on the big screen. Plenty of merchandise is out there, but something I feel everyone is surprised about is that LEGO decided not to be a part of it. LEGO has been working with Nintendo on a LEGO Super Mario line of sets since 2020, featuring digital figurines that scan colors and recreate actions and sounds from the iconic video game. The line has seen a very interesting past 4 years since it was revealed. It would seem that, come the time for the movie to release, we'd also see LEGO sets paired with its launch, but it didn't turn out that way. It's not like they haven't worked with Illumination before, so they have that going for them. LEGO did an entire line of sets based off of Minions: The Rise of Gru. Whether it was successful, I couldn't tell ya, outside of maybe suggesting it didn't do the best based on just how many sets got discounted near the end of its run. Some stores had prices discounted even steeper than one would expect. That doesn't officially represent how things were, but might serve a logical suggestion why maybe that line never continued if it wasn't just meant to be one wave for the movie's release in the first place. Some fans do consider the Minion sets a flop, but if it was, I'm certain that wouldn't affect the chances of there being sets based off of Illumination's Mario movie. Mario can stand his own ground, and seeing as he's not something done by Illumination exclusively, something that can be considered a risk if LEGO Minions were a failure, I think that we can rule that one out. Success is in the eye of the beholder if we don't get official confirmation from the people who make a product. LEGO doesn't do that with any of their themes, but much like LEGO Minions, the LEGO Super Mario theme also sees plenty of impressive discounts as well. Despite the fact that we have no data to prove that makes LEGO Super Mario an actively failing theme, some fans feel that's the case and use that as an excuse for LEGO to move on from how the current LEGO Mario sets are. Often referred to as course builder sets, the LEGO Mario theme is a fully customizable line of LEGO sets meant for you to make courses of your own design for the digital Mario figure and his friends. Fans of Mario, who aren't fans of this system of play, cite it as the source of LEGO Mario's woes, using the discounts as reference, suggesting that LEGO Mario should change into something they, quote-unquote, actually want, and that the sets from this particular lineup should have ended years ago. This thing they say they actually want is a LEGO Super Mario theme with characters designed in the shape of the LEGO minifigure. Makes sense. In fact, most fans expected they would be there from the start of the theme, and were surprised when they weren't, hence the uproar in suggesting it. Personally, I enjoy the LEGO Mario course builder sets. It's very Nintendo, for lack of a better term. The way LEGO Mario turned out is something you'd expect from Nintendo and a partner, which apparently is exactly what was suggested. Some time ago I recall hearing that Nintendo initially approached the idea wanting LEGO minifigures of the Super Mario cast instead of what we got, eventually being persuaded by LEGO to do the digital figures instead. But I've lost the source, so take it as word of mouth and nothing legit. However, I also would love to see minifigures too, as much as I love the course builder system. My thought was, and this was also something lots of LEGO Mario fans who wanted more from this theme, was that come the 3-year mark of the theme, LEGO would eventually switch over to minifigures. The idea was that, since LEGO consistently works in 3-year cycles before they mix things up in a LEGO theme, that we could expect it by then. But we've started the 4th year now. For LEGO themes like Ninjago and Monkey Kid, starting a 4th year of being around meant LEGO was now committed in the long run to the theme as it is. Despite this jump, the LEGO Super Mario theme is still course builder sets exclusively, and it reaching this point with no change tells me perhaps we aren't seeing part of the full picture? It's quite possible the theme is successful in a region most of us don't have our attention to. We won't ever know, really, so that's just a theory. Anyways, back to the subject. Fans expected that the Mario movie's release hitting just in time at that 3-year mark would mean LEGO would begin the switch over to minifigs there, eventually deviating to video game specific minifigs, but here we are, no minifigs in sight. The compromise, of course, was that we'd get a digital figure and a bunch of sets based on the movie itself, and we still haven't seen that either. Honestly, if there was going to be sets based off of it, we would have seen them by now. At this point, I think us fans warrant a reality check. With all of this elaborate reasoning and scheming we've put into legitimizing the Mario movie and Mario Minifig Dream, there's a reality we have to face, and it's something far too people consider. Well, these designs are too close in comparison to warrant LEGO making sets specifically for the movie. In other words, everything on the shelf is already LEGO sets for the Mario movie. There is no reason to change it. There isn't enough a difference in the movie's design from the games to completely retool this shape, and shoving a Chris Pratt wannabe inside it when the figure, in the form it already is, works perfectly. Sure, the voice doesn't match, but with how challenging it's been for fans to accept Chris Pratt as Mario in the first place, is that really an issue? There's so much going against there being LEGO Mario movie sets. A lot of them feel like cost-saving measures, but for all we know, LEGO may have never decided to sign on to do some in the first place. Something we also need to consider is that maybe they're coming later. I personally feel there will never be any, but I wouldn't mind being wrong either. Honestly, if there ends up never being any, I can't really tell you just how much of a shame that really is. If you've seen any of the trailers for the Super Mario Bros. Movie, you've seen so many things with so much potential. From Bowser's Castle to even the Mushroom Kingdom. Heck, the number of sets you could get out of what we've seen from the Rainbow Road scene is insane. Just so much to pull from it, and it's such a shame we may never see that. Of course, something to consider is that if they did decide to go with LEGO Super Mario Bros. Movie sets and they ended up succeeding, it might extend the amount of time it would take for us to get sets from the video games again, should they decide to devote everything to just the movie. That especially in the hypothetical scenario movie sets would have minifigs in them too. Even more time between us having them from the video games. But then, it also needs to be said, fans have been begging for LEGO Mario minifigs for years. You would think they would have acted on that by now. Maybe they feel the course builder sets would become unpopular if given the choice between them and minifigures? That would also warrant them not doing LEGO Super Mario Bros. Movie sets with minifigs too, if so. So much potential, and yet, nothing. I sure hope one day, whether or not we see LEGO Mario movie sets, we'll see minifigs in the LEGO Super Mario line, just like all the other video game themed sets they've done. It's kinda weird Mario is the only one who doesn't have any. I'm starting to rabbit trail again, but I feel I've touched all the bases I want to touch. It's hard to pinpoint just one thing specifically, even though blaming how it functions seems to be the easiest way to go about it. One thing we do have to commend is that, even though this theme feels like it's dragging on for some, at least in its current state, the designers are going out of their way to ensure that there are new functions and exciting characters in every single wave that comes around. Heck, this next wave is gonna have Donkey Kong, which is something I thought I'd never see. I do worry that maybe the current state of the theme is approaching its limit on what it can do. Perhaps that's the point LEGO intends to reach before they change things over, and I personally hope that point is hit after we get Morton and Roy to round out our Koopalings collection. For all the things that we've covered, despite all the uncertainty, and whether any of them are the reason why, there has to be some reason why we aren't getting LEGO sets for the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I'd like to give a huge thanks to Minifiggy, who allowed me to use these excellent minifigure versions of Mario and Luigi as an example for you all. He also was so inspired that he even whipped up a Princess Peach exclusively for this video. You can find his social media linked below under his original work he did for this channel, designing my sigfig. Is there something you think I may have missed in this sort of brain spill of a video? Are you also waiting for minifigs for LEGO Super Mario? You can let me know down in the comments on either. If you like this video, feel free to share it around as that will get more people to see it. You can also hit the like button too, and since it's right there, you can subscribe as well. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can hit the thanks button. Your comment will be highlighted for your generosity if you choose to. I'm Pen, and I'll see you next time.